Neighbors say squatters have been causing problems at a nearby abandoned house, everything from sleeping at the property to setting it on fire. Good evening, I'm Brandy Smith.
And I'm Brian Richardson. The couple called police. The city even boarded up doors and windows on their own. KEZI 9 News reporter Lauren Michler is live in the studio with our top story here at 5. Lauren?
Brian and Brandy, Rico and Roxy own Mr. Appliance right next to this abandoned house. They say the trouble started when their old neighbor passed away. They say their calls have gone unanswered, and they're worried this situation will only get more dangerous if something isn't done.
Rico and Roxy have owned Mr. Appliance for 16 years, and for 15 of those years, they liked their neighbor, Mary, even how she kept her house.
The yard was beautiful. There were rose bushes. She had a bird feeder.
But their new neighbors are a different story.
We have people sleeping on the front steps, bottles of liquor, and urinating on the side of the building and such forth.
And 2 weeks ago, the misbehaving maxed out when a fire ruined the garage and nearly burned the house.
It was almost completely engulfed on the inside of the garage.
The fire was exactly what Rico and Roxy had been worried about, and why they had spent months before the fire calling police, the city, and the bank, even trying to buy the property themselves.
Oh, that's been phone call after phone call, getting nowhere.
So they did what they could on their own.
We realized if we don't do something, nobody's going to do something. This house will either burn down or someone's going to get assaulted or killed in it.
We boarded the house up so nobody could get in it because basically it was just full of cigarette butts and bottles and stuff like that.
That kept everybody out for a while, apparently, until yesterday when the windows were breached.
So Rico spent Tuesday morning with more plywood and screws, boarding up even more broken windows, doing what he can to preserve the house they'd eventually like to call their own, but more importantly, trying to save lives.
Well, we're afraid that, somebody's going to die. I mean, the house can burn down, that's fine, but, we don't want anybody to get hurt.
It's like a countdown until somebody gets all hauled out of here in a body bag or something, or the place burns to the ground, takes a bunch of houses with it.
As far as they're concerned, one fire is enough of a cry for help for this house.
And we spoke with Eugene Police about this issue, and officers tell us they don't have the legal authority to arrest trespassers unless the owner or resident gives them permission. And with this house likely in limbo period between the family that owned it and the bank, there's nothing they can do at this point. Rico and Roxy, however, were finally able to get in touch with someone at Wells Fargo today who says the house could be up for auction soon. In the studio, Lauren Michler, KEZI 9 News.